Hi, I'm Amy Halliday. I'm the director of the Hampshire College Art Gallery.
I'm Megan Dobro. I'm an assistant professor of biology in the School of Natural Science.
And we should probably introduce you to one of our most important collaborators, plasmodial slime mold.
So this is slime mold in a petri dish, and it's growing on oats. So there are flakes of oatmeal in there that is its food source. And the slime mold will devour the oat and then branch out to find other food sources. So you can see the nice branching patterns between the oats as it forms its colony and expands. And interestingly, it will continue to move out looking for new food sources so much that you can see the slime mold actually trying to escape the petri dish by climbing up the sides and around the top. And it's a very aggressive grower, which is great for science because it means that they grow quickly and our experiments can happen pretty fast.
So what's interesting about slime mold is that single cells are able to break down their cell walls and form superorganisms, and then those superorganisms are able to move, sense their environment, and basically make collective decisions for the common good. And so you can see how we might have got excited about the possibilities for that interesting tension between self-interest and collective interest we often have as humans. And as Megan showed you with the oats and the moving around to connect nutrients, they're incredibly good at forming the most efficient routes between those nutrient sources, avoiding obstacles, surviving, thriving as a colony organism. And so what we got interested in was, well, we're in this really partisan political moment. Maybe this non-partisan, incredibly efficient, optimizing agent would be able to help us solve some big world problems if we could model them in a petri dish.
So we held a workshop with students and faculty where we discussed world problems that we're very concerned about, and the opioid crisis was one of them, and the students and faculty worked together to figure out how can we model addiction in a petri dish and use slime mold to help us tackle this problem of opioid addiction.
So after the students came up with data and definitions and contextual information for the problem, they then started to think about how they could visually represent and model this problem in a petri dish. So what you see here is actually a gradient where you have pure valerian root, which is very addictive to slime mold, in the center, and on the outside you have pure nutrient, which is ultimately the healthiest choice. And valerian root gets in the way of their foraging behavior. Now, what we've seen in research is that if you give them just valerian root or nutrient as a binary choice, they tend towards the valerian root. However, we decided to create a gradient where there would be progressively less valerian root and more nutrition over time to see if they could be weaned away from that negative, very harmful valerian concentration towards less and less, and ultimately to pure nutrition, as a kind of way of thinking through what might be the ways of weaning people from serious drugs, and maybe less serious drugs might be one of the things to consider.